What's up, everybody? So welcome to another episode of Our Drunken History. So this week we've got a pretty good episode. One of our first episodes last year, we talked about pirates and lost treasure, and we got to talk about scurvy.
Yeah.
And then earlier this year, we had an episode about the mafia in Chicago and St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Right.
So those two, pirates and scurvy. And the mafia in Chicago,
they have a link.
They have a link. They are definitely connected. And
yeah.
How some of the big mafia families got their start was scurvy prevention. So, what we're going to talk about. Ooh, where'd it go? Hang on, I got something for you. They had it sitting at the counter. So we're going to talk about lemons.
That's right. So we're I got a hair on my fucking tongue. Dog's hair. I'm not drinking beer tonight. Trav is. We're doing an office weight loss competition. Apparently, one of us is taking it a little more seriously than the other.
No, I'm taking it serious. I had 0 carbs today to eat, and I saved all my carbs for beer. So I saved. I'm allowed 50 carbs a day.
All right.
So that means I can have 10 beers tonight. And still be okay.
Well, I'm drinking a lemonade flavored vitamin water to keep the scurvy away.
So I'll just suck on that lemon here later, and
all right. Are we gonna eat the lemon?
We can.
All right. I don't care.
So
I got knives in here. We cut that shit apart.
So yeah, there was one thing I heard. I don't know where I heard this. I think it was on like a radio or it's like one of those weird facts, like that. The Sicilian Mafia, that the part of what Al Capone was a part of when we talked about Chicago and the gang and stuff in New York and Chicago. So they were famous for the bootlegging and the alcohol and drugs and prostitution and all that stuff, but they all got their start in Sicily from the lemon trade.
Yeah.
So
as worldwide exploration became more prevalent, sailors were getting scurvy because lack of vitamin C.
Yeah, so they discovered in the early 1800s that citrus, like lemons or limes, oranges, the vitamin C helped prevent scurvy.
Which made the value of lemons go absolutely through the roof.
That's right. So, and the thing is, though, so back then, the place where lemons grew the most was in Sicily.
Yeah.
The island right off the toe of Italy.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of citrus plantations there. And back then, the government, they just went through a revolution, basically, for the government. And the government wasn't very good at policing.
Right.
And so when some of these lemon farms discovered that their crops were now worth a lot of money on the open market for all the shipping stuff that was going on, they would have people come up in the middle of the night and steal the lemons off the trees.
They needed protection.
Yeah. So they would hire armed guards to protect their trees.
They built walls all over the place.
Yep. And then there was families that got in feuds between each other, and then there was what do you call it? Like there was certain local gangs that was trying to take over, but then there was some of these families out of Italy and Sicily that were like a little bit better connected. They're like, hey, we probably need to get in on that. So then some of these actually opportunists, yeah, and it turned into some of these wars where the lemon trade got pretty frantic with people trying to make a profit from, and it got highly profitable for a while.
It did, yeah.
So we was talking about that before too. So there was a few different shipping expeditions and exploration expeditions that one of their main pieces of cargo on the ships was lemons or lemon juice to fight off scurvy. So if some of the people that don't know, scurvy would be it's a vitamin C deficiency.
Yeah.
So lemons, limes, oranges, tomatoes, different things that have vitamin C in them. It helps your immune. Yeah.
Ants are high on that vitamin C.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You eat that's why they taste like lemon. Have you ever had chocolate covered ants?
No, I just ate ants when I was a little kid. I would pick them up and eat them.
They taste like lemon drops.
They
like
do.
Little,
They're very
sour.
acidic. Yeah. You just put a bunch of fucking ants on your ship. And
as long as they're not carpenter ants,
I'm born 200 years too late.
Yeah.
Have your lemons. I got a bug factory.
Yeah. So there's places they would store barrels and barrels of lemon juice in their cargo holds. That way, like there's a few expeditions where, like on the manifest, they would say each crewman gets a 1 ounce, basically a shot of lemon juice every day as their ration, and that's how they help prevent some disease, because it would cause you to have like big sores and blisters would pop up. Your gums
would bleed.
And your teeth would fall out, and had a really bad immune system and stuff. So it was pretty bad if you started.
It's all the bad parts of the Bible.
Yeah. That's probably what it was. They all had a vitamin C deficiency.
Yeah, very well could be.
That was all the plagues, the lesions and the sores and stuff.
Couldn't afford lemons.
Yeah. And then, it's crazy because citrus and those type of fruits originated from North Africa. So the Egypt area and stuff they talk about in the Bible and the plagues and stuff, maybe it was scurvy.
I just solved a bunch of mysteries.
There it is, right there. Yeah.
Count it.
We just found it right there.
Right.
We just solved the ancient plague mystery.
That's right. I want an honorary fucking doctorate.
So there was a. I was actually listening to a podcast today, the Stuff You Should Know podcast. It's actually really good. They're always wild, different subjects and stuff. But they were talking about the Franklin expedition in the late 1800s to find a Northwest Passage to connect the Atlantic and the Pacific through Canada, and it was like 143 crewmen on that ship or whatever, and every one of them died.
Was not a good outcome.
Not a good outcome. But one of the things they said that happened to them was scurvy, but they couldn't figure out why, because they had 9,000 gallons of lemon juice in their stores on the ship, and come to find out that they had, I guess the lemon juice had started fermenting and had some like bacteria in it.
Yeah.
They said it went bad, so they decided to boil it in order to sanitize it. Well, they didn't know at the time, and I really didn't know it until I heard about this, that heat and boiling it negates or deactivates the vitamin
C.
And so heat destroys vitamin C, and they didn't know it. So they were still drinking their lemon juice, but it had destroyed all the vitamin C in it, and they were still getting scurvy and dying.
So whenever you're like catching a cold, do you do like hot lemon tea?
So that's the thing. Now thinking of that, if you drink a hot toddy and you put the lemon juice
it's not doing you any good.
Because it's going to destroy the vitamin C.
Right.
So I would drink just the hot tea and whiskey.
And then chase it with the lemon?
Just chase a shot of lemon juice with it.
Suck a lemon down?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Like you're doing a shot of tequila. Just do your toddy and suck a lemon down. That way you don't
I'm
kill
doing
the
that
vitamin.
from here on out.
Yep. That's the new way to do it. So it's no longer the normal hot toddy.
Yeah.
We're
it's trademarked here, folks.
Yeah. That's that we've discovered this right here on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was it's pretty neat. I thought there was a trademark. So you got these people, these lemon farm owners, that they would hire certain families or certain people to protect their crops or whatever. And one of the calling cards, if you wanted to call it that, to show other mafiosos or whatever that house was under protection.
Yeah.
Was they would take a lemon and nail it to the door of the garden or the farm, with a shotgun shell next to it. So they would put a lemon in a shotgun shell. Was the say, hey, this lemon farm is under protection of a family,
a mafioso
yeah,
family. So, can you just go take one of your lemons in a shotgun shell and put it on there yourself
I guess you could,
and
yeah,
fake it?
yeah, fake it till you make it. So there was a few instances where that a lot of these families that would have these farms and stuff would hire workers to do the farming, or they'd have like a foreman or a I don't know, like a head of the farm that would to do some of the stuff.
Yeah.
And some of those guys got caught taking cuts off of from the books,
Yeah.
or some of them would double sell the crop. So like the crop may be sold already, but then whoever was running the farm would go behind the owner's back and sell it to somebody else before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they would sell it off the tree before it is even ripe. And so then when the original owner would come up, or the original buyer would say, hey, where's our crop at? Like, oh, these people already came and got it.
Yeah.
So there's a few of these guys that ended up getting gunned down in the middle of the plantations. They'd find the foreman out with bullet holes in his back for double crossing different families.
I get
and
it,
stuff.
man. You make your choices.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there was a big drive for it, and that was the thing too. So back then, it wasn't very commercialized. It required a lot of manual labor.
Yeah.
So it had a lot of people involved with it. There, no machinery or anything like that involved. So there was a lot of people that had their hands in on it that would try to cut deals on the side and stuff like that, and that would come in, and they had a problem with people coming in the middle of the night and picking trees clean in the middle of the night and running off with it. So that was so going back a little bit. So that's one thing that helped brought the mob in, was when the lemon prices went up and lemons became real popular. These lemon farmers would take their crops down to the harbors or to the trade centers to sell them to whoever was buying them, and they would end up getting cheated. The whoever was buying them would undercut prices or cheat them out of say it's only worth half of what you think it is and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then they would try and resell it.
Yeah, and then they turn around and resell it and stuff like that. So the mafia came in also as not only for protection, but they came in as a middleman. So instead of the farmer going and selling his crop,
his enforcers did.
His enforcers would take the crop down to the shipyards and say, I've got this many lemons for sale, and you're going to give me the price that I want for them, or I'm going to break your kneecaps.
Yeah.
So that helped keep the prices stable though too.
I mean, it's not all bad.
Yeah. So it was a good and bad. So like the mafia was taking their cut, and they ended up making some people go bankrupt because they were actually skimming so much profit off of the prices that the farmers couldn't keep up. So some of the mafias end up taking over the farms then though too. So that's probably part of their plan though too. But they played a big key part in the lemon and citrus trade for like 40 or 50 years. It was like the 1860s all the way up to like the 1910s until the citrus and lemon trade started to get more and more commercialized. They I guess down in Brazil they imported a bunch of citrus plants down there and stuff, and they really started doing commercial farms and stuff. And these other countries,
big orchards all over.
Yeah. So it helped. It brought prices down, and it kind of destabilized the market a little bit.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, you don't have to take all the same product for the trip back. You can load up on your way.
Yeah, exactly.
So
when the citrus crops destabilized and collapsed, that's when the mafia still had all their power and all that. So that's when they decided to branch out into some of the stuff. So this happened in the early 1910s.
Yeah.
And that's at the same time when you see the mob and the mafia moving into New York,
Right.
and into Chicago,
and using basically the same model on different professions.
Yeah, they started using
different
it
businesses
on the illegal alcohol trade. They
Yeah.
used it on gambling. Yep.
Hmm.
So
Makes sense.
they perfected their trade with lemon juice and lemonade.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. I'd never heard of that before.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows how something that can start off pretty innocuous can lead into something way.
Yeah.
Because then you see like we talked about in our Valentine's Day massacre, how ruthless and how bad the mob and the mafia
Yeah.
can be. And it started with lemonade.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. Almost broke my iPad right there.
It's not yours.
Yeah. But yeah, those guys, they took everything they learned from that industry and just built upon it, and that's how you got Al Capone and Bugsy Siegel, and
That's cool, man.
yeah,
So indirectly, like the lemons kind of helped the lemons in Italy helped the strip in Vegas.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean all the mafia ties that
I mean, Bugsy Siegel was, he owned 3 of the casinos there.
yeah, exactly. You got the mob in Vegas and Chicago,
Yeah.
New York, all of the big cities on the East Coast. Atlantic City was big in the mafia and all
Yeah.
that. So it's all paid for with
Even down here, there was some mafia in Hot Springs.
in Hot Springs. Yeah, Al Capone was even
Yeah.
had some property here in Hot Springs.
Yeah.
So they all got it from lemon juice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You want to eat this lemon?
You want to eat the lemon? You want to try to?
Yeah.
We can do it. You gotta roll it so it releases some of the juice. You want to?
All right.
So that was the thing before. So lemons really didn't have a market as what you would think beforehand. So lemons, people knew they smelled good, but they were kind of bitter.
Yeah, I drop them in my garbage disposal to keep them smelling good all the time.
Well, so the big thing for back
You ever
then-
give babies a lemon?
Oh yeah, I gave all my kids lemons or limes at some point.
Yeah.
They'll take it, they'll bite it, and then let's make the face. They'll do it again just to make sure.
I got one of my dogs does it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, should take a big bite. That's how
This one's actually not very sour.
it's pretty good. You got the name. The slang term for like sailors and stuff back in the day was limeys, because that's how they were sucking on limes or lemons.
Yeah.
So back before lemons actually got to be popular for the juice for scurvy, was people just thought of them as like an aromatic. So they would peel them and they would turn the peelings into candles and
Oh, that makes sense.
and like potpourri.
You're big in cooking lemon zest.
Well, they would use them just for like air fresheners, basically, because they smelled good. So they would like burn the peelings in their house and stuff or whatever to like make stuff smell good, or and they didn't realize that they were healthy for you.
Yeah. Got a cut on my finger. It's actually burning a little bit now.
That is a good way to. It's a nature's way of detecting paper cuts.
Yeah.
You'll find any cut or
I will get in there and burn.
defect on your hand. Yeah.
Or chopped lips.
Woo! That's good. So yeah, I mean, it was I guess this week's episode is kind of short and sweet on that aspect. Short and sour, I guess.
Yeah. Good one.
But knowing how some of the most violent gangs to ever do business started with something as simple or as
kind of innocent. Yeah.
Yeah, because they escalated to drugs and alcohol and prostitution and gambling and all that from there. But they started off with lemon juice.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
no, that's a good one. That's something that I don't think too many people are aware of.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of research studies done on it. There was one of the sources that I got all this information from was a Cambridge research paper that a bunch of PhDs did on it, and they historical documents and different things that they looked through, and then so there's some actually pretty credible sources from all this stuff. So yeah, just get on Google and search how the Sicilian mob started with lemons. You'll find a lot of good information on there. So,
well, guys, thanks for hanging out for a few minutes.
Oh yeah, we appreciate you hanging out. If you haven't already done so, go subscribe to our YouTube and our Spotify channel. Man, we got 326 subscribers on our Spotify now. Let's check that out.
Also, as we talked about last week, if you guys want to watch an eclipse at a real cool party, go to Travis's house.
Yeah, so I'm having a big ass party at my house, April 8th, 2024. We'll do it. So, eclipseonthefarm.com. Go check out that website. We're having live music, food trucks coming out for the Great American Total Eclipse of 2024. Our house is, our farm is
the dead center of the path.
Dead center of the path of totality for that eclipse. So we're hosting a big ass shindig. So if you guys want to come out and maybe be a guest on the podcast or just check out some of the shenanigans, we'd appreciate it. So
that's all I got.
Oh yeah. Yeah, check out all of our social media and
don't drink and drive. And eat your lemons so you don't get scurvy.
Always have a plan.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
You're gonna cheers your
I'm
lemonade?
gonna cheers you with my lemonade.
Boom.